What's up, cloud gamers? Welcome to the Cloud Gaming Extreme channel, your destination for all things cloud gaming. So in today's video, I'm going to be taking a look at Ubisoft Plus. I'm going to be comparing Ubisoft Plus for Google Stadia, GeForce Now, and Amazon Luna to showcase which I think and feel is the best place to actually utilize this service. So you guys might be asking, what is Ubisoft Plus? Well, Ubisoft Plus is Ubisoft's subscription service that you pay $15 a month and it gives you access to most of Ubisoft's titles. So let's just showcase this again. It's $15 a month, as you can see here. Play Assassin's Creed Valhalla and new Ubisoft releases with our gaming subscription. Embark on a journey in over 100 PC games, plus play across your device from the cloud beta. So this includes 100 plus games, including new releases and premium editions. You can play our upcoming releases on day one, get access to complete experience in our games, deluxe gold or ultimate editions. So as you can see here, in the new Ubisoft releases, you have Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Watch Dogs Legion, Ghost Recon Breakpoint, Far Cry New Dawn, The Division 2, and so on. I find this interesting because on the website, it doesn't even showcase that you can play this on GeForce Now, and I think that's actually one of the better places to play this, but it says play with cloud gaming beta, right? So it has Stadia and Amazon Luna, and I'll get to those in a bit, showcase what games are actually available. So that is Ubisoft Plus. Now I'm going to showcase what Ubisoft Plus looks like on Google Stadia, and I'm talk about the pros and cons of that. So let's go right into Stadia. So as you can see, this is Google Stadia, and I'm using Stadia on a web browser on my Windows device. And I have to say, one of my biggest gripe with Ubisoft Plus and Google Stadia is the fact they don't have a selection showcasing all of Ubisoft games. Now, they just scattered all over the place, and you have to know what you're looking for, and you have to go search for them. Now, I do have to say, if you go on the Ubisoft website, you can actually see those games. So as you can see here, under Play with Cloud Stadia, you can view all games available. And let's do some comparison with the titles of games available. So again, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So remember that head count. So we have 19 games available from Ubisoft Plus on the Google Stadia platform. And as you can see, they have new hitters like Assassin's Creed Valhalla and Immortal Phoenix Rising. These games release same day, so that's good stuff. And again, this is the deluxe and premium packages of this games, which is pretty incredible. So the other thing to consider with Ubisoft Plus on Google Stadia is that Google Stadia has its own friends list. So some of these games don't actually have cross-platform play. For instance, if you play in a game like Ghost Recon Breakpoint, you have to play with your Google Stadia friends. You don't play with PC players, and that's an advantage that Luna has, which we'll get to here in a bit. And also, if you play in a game like Ghost Recon Wildlands, again, you have to make sure that your friends on Google Stadia have this game, unless you won't be able to cross-play with them. Now, there are other games that has cross-platform play with PC, like The Division 2. It's just kind of frustrating how not all games are the same. It's just selective games. So that is Ubisoft Plus for Google Stadia. And again, we're going to just compare the load speeds and showcase some games running on Google Stadia compared to Luna and GeForce Now. All right, so let's check out Ubisoft Plus for Amazon Luna. Again, if you come here on their website, you can actually see all the games that are available for Ubisoft Plus on Luna. So we're going to click that and we're going to showcase the games. And as you can see here, let's do a head count. There's 5 in each row. So we have 5, we have 10, we have 15, we have 20, and then you can load more. We have 30, and we have 31, 32, 33, 34. So we have 34 games that are available on Ubisoft Plus on Luna compared to 19 on Google Stadia. So let's take a look at some of those games. Again, you have the new games like Valhalla and Immortal Phoenix Rising, which is pretty incredible. Watch Dogs Legions. You have Starlink, which is an older game, but it's pretty cool to see that on here as well. You have Steep. It's pretty cool. The Crew original one, which is incredible as well. You have the Assassin's Creed, the Chronicles, and all of the other ones with Russian indie as well. So again, you just get a bigger selection. And again, something to take into consideration as well is all of this has crossplay with PC players. So when you're trying to find games to play online, you can actually find people to play those games with because you're not relying on your friends list like Google Stadia. I do have to say the advantage that Stadia has over its competitors, Amazon Luna and GeForce Now, currently right now, is the fact that with Stadia, you actually get 4K. So some of these games on here on Luna does not support 4K. So again, huge advantage for Google Stadia there. All right, so here's another thing I like about Ubisoft Plus when it comes to Amazon Luna. They have a selection to where you can actually see all of the titles available. So you don't have to go searching for it. It's not all scattered. So you click this section on Luna and it tells you all about it. Again, you can stream up to 1080p 60 and they tell you that 4K is coming. You can continue with your game cross save, which is available for Stadia as well and GeForce Now. So again, just highlights what this is, which is neat, and then tells you all the games that you can play. So you can just see a game here, click it, and boom, you're right in, ready to go. I think it's incredible that all these games are here. You're not going to search for it like you would on Google Stadia. So now onto GeForce Now. So to let you guys know, Ubisoft Plus has the biggest library in GeForce Now. But it's so frustrating because they don't even advertise that. They don't even let you know. So in order to find Ubisoft Plus title, you just have to search Ubisoft Plus and it should bring up all the games for it. So let's search for it. As you can see here, there are 80 games compared to the 34 on Luna from what I remember and the 19 for Google Stadia. So as you can see here, guys, this has pretty much a lot of the PC games on here. And again, they would never tell you that unless you really come out here and search for it. So again, a lot of games. You have your South Parks, you have your Far Cry's, you have your Brawlhalla's, a lot of games on here for Honor. So huge library of Ubisoft Connect games that you can play here, which is absolutely incredible. All right, so now I actually want to test and showcase what it looks like to actually open up a game from Ubisoft Plus on Google Stadia and show you guys how fast it is to connect. Again, you can see those games here, Ubisoft Plus. Those are the games that are from my Ubisoft Plus account. So again, they do highlight it, but trying to like search for it is a pain. I wish you can just, like I did with GeForce Now, put Ubisoft Plus and have all those games just pop up. But anyway, most of these games I've purchased. I'm trying to find the one that I actually haven't purchased, and Wildlands is one, I believe. So we're gonna click this, and as you can see, it's an Ubisoft Plus title, and we're gonna hit play. So I have to tell you straight off the bat, the advantage that this has over its competitors is the load speed into the game. You're gonna see it with Luna, you're gonna see it with GeForce Now. This just goes right into the game. Compared to Luna, it gives you a little loading time, and then GeForce Now as well. So just like that, I didn't even fast forward anything, it's straight into the game. All right, so boom, right in the game. As you can see here, this is an Ubisoft Plus game. And let me showcase something else, right? And a disadvantage that this has is, again, when you are playing those games on Luna and GeForce Now, you have the Windows variant of those games, so you can mess with performance. So this with Google Stadia, you have options, right? You have higher frame rate or higher quality. That is probably the only options that you have when it comes to like customizing your preferred settings with visuals. So again, you have that going for you. So let's just continue, showcase again graphically what this looks like on Google Stadia. All right, so as you can see graphically, this looks pretty good. Runs really smooth. Again, you have the option to pick either frame rate or visuals. So they do give you some customizable option. But yeah, it looks pretty good. And again, when it comes to latency too, something to take into consideration. this runs really smooth on Google Stadia and hardly any input latency for sure. Alright, so we're going to showcase a game now on Amazon Luna running Ubisoft Plus. Alright, so this is Amazon Luna. We're going to open a game like Far Cry 5. The cool thing with Luna is you can actually see streamers streaming this game now. But let's go to play now. Again, I'm going to showcase the advantage of speed when you compare it to Google Stadia and GeForce Now. Again, we clicked right into it, and let's see how long it takes to actually. Again, you have this to consider. Ubisoft Connect, it has to connect before it gets into the game. With Google Stadia, just launches straight into the game. But it's not as bad as you can see compared to GeForce Now, which we'll showcase here in a bit. Okay, so that's all real time. I did not fast forward anything. And so you guys can see, not too bad. If you were to compare, I have seen comparison with Chief doing comparison, and I can tell you Google Stadia loads in faster than Amazon Luna, but Luna comes right behind Google Stadia when it comes to just logging into the game. And yeah, it's not too bad compared to what you're about to witness with GeForce Now. Alright, so this is Far Cry 5, and I want to showcase something when it comes to just settings, right? The beautiful thing with Far Cry 5 or Ubisoft Plus on Amazon Luna and GeForce Now is that you have options to mess around with visuals, right? So again, you can set your resolution. 4K currently is not supported, but you guys saw earlier something that's coming. Again, you can mess around with the refresh rate, and then HDR on and off if your thing supports it. Again, you can come here, you can mess with the graphical settings, and you'll see the difference right here, like you would in a PC. So Amazon Luna has that going for it, to where you can VSync on or off, so you can mess with settings. It's not just performance or visuals with Google Stadia. You get all the settings to mess around with here, which is pretty incredible. But graphically, you'll see and you'll notice this looks just as good. And I have to tell you, when it comes to quality wise, this is definitely 60. I mean, with Google Stadia, when playing a game, especially like if you choose in performance mode over visuals, sometimes you still question if a game is actually still hitting 60, even if it's playing at 1080p. But this, as you can see with the movement, every game I've played in Ubisoft here, Rainbow Six Siege, this is definitely hitting 60 FPS with the movement. And so you have that going for the Luna ports as well. So this, with the option to just mess with your graphical settings, gives this an advantage. And then you have 34 games compared to Google Stadia's 19. So yeah, I mean, this is not a bad deal overall on Amazon Luna. All right, so this is GeForce Now. So I'm going to showcase Far Cry 5 running on this platform. So here we go. We're going to choose Ubisoft Connect, and we're going to hit play. And so it should be able to just log us in. And you're going to see my biggest gripe with GeForce Now is how long it actually takes to register your Ubisoft Plus account and then to get right into the game. Compared to what you saw with Google Stadia and Amazon Luna, this is just way too long. And you guys are going to see you have to accept and continue. All this jazz is just a headache to get into the game with GeForce Now. Okay, my apologies. And guys, like I said before, this is actually a significant improvement. You guys saw that real time, and I just gonna eat my words because that was the issue that I had with this platform, logging into Ubisoft Plus Connect. And maybe we should do a comparison video now, because that was really fast. I would say as fast as Amazon Luna at this point. So again, pretty impressive with that, and that just shows Ubisoft and GeForce Now has been making some improvements in the background with speed and connecting with your accounts. Impressive stuff. So the beautiful thing with Ubisoft Plus is the fact that it has save continuity and save progression. So my Luna account should just transfer onto this. All right, so as you guys can see, same place that I left off with Amazon Luna. And again, when it comes to just the movement, this is a solid 60 or close to it as well. As you can see, it's very fluid when you're moving around. And yeah, man, it's really good stuff. Again, the benefit that this has, like Amazon Luna, is the fact that you should be able to mess with your graphic settings. Again, here you have full screen 1080p. This only supports 1080, so it's what it's stuck at. Resolution, refresh rate, you can mess with that if it supports the HDR as well. Quality, you can come here, go to ultra, just like Amazon Luna, so you have that going for it as well. VSync, you can mess around with stuff. So again, you have some customization with this on GeForce Now, and you have some customization with it on Amazon Luna. So I would say that's an advantage instead of Google Stadia just giving you visual and the performance mode. But hey, it works on all, and I believe it looks pretty stunning on all platforms. All right, fellas, so just want to showcase what Ubisoft Plus looks like running on all three major cloud game platforms: Amazon Luna, Google Stadia, and GeForce Now. And you guys saw the disadvantage and the advantages. Again, with Google Stadia, Stadia's advantage is that you can get 4K. It's the only one. Luna says it's coming, but it's not here yet. So shout outs to them. But the disadvantage with Stadia is that you're locked to just two performance mode. You get performance and visuals. It doesn't give you the customization to mess around with your settings, and it has the least amount of games with 19 games in the platform, but more should be coming hopefully, so we just gotta wait and see. With Luna, some advantages that you have is the game selections more than Google Stadia with 34 games. And also you get the option to mess around with the visual settings. Again, you can mess around with the resolutions. You can put HDR on and off if your device supports it. You can mess around with the frame rate. And so again, you have a lot of visual customizations like you would on a normal PC. And with GeForce Now, you have the largest selection with 80 games from Ubisoft Plus. And I have to say, speed-wise, you guys saw Far Cry 2 load up. I'm really impressed by the improvements that they've made with loading up games, because before it was a headache. It used to take somewhere between 2 to 3 minutes. So shout outs to the GeForce Now and Ubisoft team for fixing that. The disadvantage with both Luna and GeForce Now is the fact that you still can't do 4K. So personally, my take would be, if you are a cloud game enthusiast, which was what we recommend for most of our members to be, to where you have multiple cloud gaming platforms and services, Ubisoft Plus is a no-brainer. I know it's an additional $15 a month to what you're currently paying for your subscription service. If you have multiple of these devices, test out Ubisoft Plus and see which services run better for you. Because again, GeForce Now might run well for someone, but run terrible for another person. Stadia might run better. So test these games out, see whichever one plays better for you, and play in that. I know for me with Assassin's Creed Valhalla, I actually chose to play it on Google Stadia when it released, because my performance on Luna and GeForce Now last year, now it's been fixed, was just terrible. So again, having multiple options to play these games on. You can play on GeForce Now and then carry your save progression to Google Stadia Luna. So just mess around with all of them, see which one works for you. Now, if you just have one, then I hope this video clarifies and gives you a look at which might be the best option to go. All right, fellas, if you found this video helpful, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, for we cover all cloud gaming news, tech reviews, gameplays, and comparisons. So appreciate you guys. We'll see you guys in the next one. Until next time, peace out.